Okay. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Please confirm if you can hear my voice.
The money than person where you know.
Yes. All that. Can you guys hear me? Hello.
Hello, sir.
Okay.
Hello, I
Can
can
you
hear
hear me
you.
clearly?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, we
Okay.
can hear you, sir.
Okay. So, how's everything? How are we doing today?
Fine,
Let's
fine.
unmute our mic and let's have a conversation before we start our class. How's it going? What have you been able to do based on what you've seen yesterday? And at least you should have a different mindset whenever you see a web page or a web application or a website. You should have a different mindset now. Like, okay, you think like a developer, like, okay, this is how these things are being structured, and it's possible for me to be able to do something like this in the nearest, uh, maybe let me say future or time to or day to come. So yeah, yesterday we talked about the architecture of web application, how it's been structured, how you can simply instruct your browser to display whatever you want using the language or HTML. But we only introduce ourselves with that language yesterday. We're not able to, let me say, we're not able to go deeper. But if you are the type that do more research, you should have been able to go online, see how HTML is doing something great to structure or let me say to lay out your web page. So you might have done something related to that before, at least write a simple HTML, CSS, a little bit of JavaScript. But let's just brush up our knowledge. Let's do some great things together. Let's see how we can build a simple web page, structure it with HTML5. Mind you, HTML has history. So at least when we talk about HTML today, we all know that it's one of the great backbone of the web page that we all know. And one thing I would like you to know is that you can manipulate HTML to whatever you want on your web page. So without wasting much of our time, by 5:10, I will share my screen and we start coding together. You see, how you can unmute yourself, just for you to see. Let's interact. Okay, let's type something together. Let's see how we can structure our web page, and let's design something, let me say, on paper, and see how we can easily do what we can easily convert it from your design from your design, you convert it to a proper web page using HTML. Yeah. Where are we? Let me turn on my code editor. I'll do something different. Okay. Let me grab this thing here. Let me take this thing off. Then I guess. Okay. Let me open my whiteboard as well. Okay, let me share my screen now. Share screen. Let me share this. Please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, your screen is up.
Okay, perfect. So, okay, let me open your whiteboard. Yes, open it blank. Okay, nice. I'm coming. Okay, well, yeah. Can you unmute yourself and say something? Then I'm seeing this group. You wanted to say something? Well, yeah, are you there?
Not really. Just go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, okay. You can hands down. I can see your hands up. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let me throw this question to everyone. What do you see on your web page anytime you are browsing a page online? What are the things you notice? What are the components of your web page? Or let me say a website. What are the components that you see there? Or what are the what do you think about this layout of a web page? I'm with you guys. You can meet yourself and say something.
Okay. Okay, so good evening.
Yeah,
Good
good
evening.
evening.
Yeah, my name is Adedayo Abdurrashid. I was unable to join yesterday. I don't know
Okay.
if you yeah, I was dropping my messages on WhatsApp.
Okay.
So yeah. Okay, so pertaining to your question, well, what I see on web pages, what I notice, the layout. Firstly, the subheading, there will be a text like a bolder text. You understand? Maybe probably introducing what the website or the web page is all about. Then I see images.
Okay.
Then at the lower part of the web page, probably there might be a space where you would need to input your review, or you want to send an email, you understand,
Everyone can.
to yes, to the owner of the website. That's what I noticed. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So on your web page, you notice text, images, sometimes video, sometimes you see animation, sometimes you see different kind of color, sometimes so those are the, let me say, um they are just normal uh things that we put together to run on web page. But when you talk about the layout can be in different formats, just like the way you build your house. You can have different layouts for your website, for your web page. You can have different layouts. Sorry, let me get my pen so that I can draw something on my screen. Yeah, okay. So sometimes you can see different layouts. You know, sometimes you see some websites with, you see a logo of their company aside, a you see header or something, or maybe the title of the company aside. So then below you see navigation, you see some hero section like banner. So you see different layers sometimes, like sometimes you see the logo at the top, sometimes you see it aside. You see your navigation at the top, sometimes you see navigation maybe aside sometimes. Sometimes when you're dealing with maybe admin page on your website, you see different navigation. You go to the left, you see navigation, you go to some to the right, you see another navigation. So different way you can lay out your websites, different way. So, but the most common thing you see is you have header, you have footer, and you have navigation, and the body of your web page. So now it's now left to you. How can you structure your web page the way you want? How can you structure your web page as you want? You know, irrespective. Sometimes you see when you land to a website, sometimes you all what you are going to see is all about a full banner, a full web page that is covered with image or a slideshow, a slider, overlay picture with some text moving around, you know, different way. Especially when you land when you visit some website that is designed with maybe animation, 3D or a theme, you see a lot of different ways to lay out your website. But basically, what are the things that you need to put together? What are the things you need to structure at least to give you exactly what you want? That design that the UI UX designer are designing. So how can you convert it to the main web page? So that's exactly what you need to understand. And how can you structure your HTML to fit into that? So, you know, like yesterday, we talked about we talk about how you can use HTML, just a simple backbone of HTML using title, header, and you have body, then you have your footer. So, but using HTML5, what we saw yesterday is just like ordinary HTML, like just come up with header, title, and so on. So, but in HTML5, everything has been structured in such a way that you can call header tag to use it for your header, while you can use footer tag for your footer. And then you can use nav, which is called navigation, for your nav bar. Nav bar is just like the menu you see on your normal uh, daily website, like just maybe you click home, contact us, about us, all those things. So let me just structure some things on my screen. Some websites, you see them in this format. So let me draw some things. Sometimes you see websites in this format. So then this can be your, don't mind my design. Let me say company name, or maybe you can say John Bosco Limited. You have your nav bar here, maybe about us, home, and so on like that. You have your hero section here, which you can call section, so hero, and then you can have your article here, article, so, and then this your footer, this footer. So in some cases, you see some websites coming in different dimensions like this. Instead of seeing your nav bar at the top, you only see company logo here. And then you have a sidebar navigation like this. It can be like maybe if it is interactive website, you can see username that log into the web, to the portal. I can now see other navigation follow like this. Then you have your footer in this way. All these places will contain some things, maybe charts or anything, or some information. You have it here like hero. You can have hero section here, and then you can have different, just format it the way you want. As the designer give you this thing, you just look at it and say, okay, how do I convert this thing to the normal web page? So I can now, as a front-end developer, so this is your work. Whatever we are designing on the screen now, how can you convert it to what? To the coding format. Yeah. So let's go ahead and see, at least let's see how we can structure a simple, a simple layout for our website. So let me open my text editor. Where is it? VS Code. Yeah. And it. So don't forget, I said we are going to be using HTML5. The moment you launch your website, or you launch your notepad, your VS Code, your text editor, the moment you launch it, you do what? You try as much as possible to, sorry. Um, Let me drag this back to this place. So this was our yesterday view. let me increase my view. Like read this. So I hope you can see it clearly. Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So let me clear everything here and have a nice layout. Okay, let's check. What do we want to design now? We want to at least create something like this simple layout. Like, okay, have our logo, having a company name, a simple navigation, a hero section, and then we have article here, another article here, just like having something like this beside each other. And then we have Twitter. So let's see how we can achieve that with our HTML. So is it? So like I told you yesterday, you need to go and get the basic elements. You have basic elements of HTML. Basic elements. You need to understand that. So what is HTML? Like what you said yesterday. Who can remind me? Can you give me the full meaning of HTML?
Hypertext markup language.
That's awesome. So HTML is what we all said yesterday. According to the history, is the foundation of all web pages. It provides structure to your content by using elements. Element means tags in HTML. So this element define the different type of content that appear on your web page. So such as heading, paragraph, list, images, link, and so on within your web page. And we said yesterday that we have basic HTML tag. So a basic HTML document contains the essential elements. What are the essential elements? We have HTML opening tag. We have declaration of header, declaration of title, body, and that's all. Those are the essential. All HTML documents contain the essential elements that are required to create your web page. Okay, what are these elements? Like I said yesterday, you can simply, if you are using VS Code, fine, just type HTML on the screen. So it will give you this option, and then you have, these are the basic elements. We have elements. Elements, like I said yesterday, is what we call tag. Tag means this open bracket and close brackets. Open angle bracket and close angle bracket. You open a tag, you open an element like this. But when you want to close it, you do something like this and you close it. So you close the element, you close the tag. Yeah, so here now we've seen the basic element of HTML. Okay, let's say what's the title of our document here? We want to say ABC and Co Limited. So just type ABC and Co. We have it this way. So yeah, you've given your web page a title. This is what you want to display as the title of your web page. Now on the body, you can simply say, let me have something like header element. In HTML, we have header tag. Header means, header is just like having an heading, in your MS Word, you can highlight a text and give it heading. Header 1, header 2. The more, if you put header 1, is the highest, is the biggest. If you put header 2, you turn it to a smaller size. So the same thing applicable to our HTML. I can do H1 tag. I have and just do H1 like this and say, welcome to my web page. Okay, let's say welcome to ABC and code. So if you repeat the same thing, learn some shortcuts on while using your notepad. So you can press Alt and Shift key together to duplicate your line and a line. If I highlight these two lines of code, I can simply do the same thing and do Shift Alt and arrow down. It will duplicate this for me. I can simply change this to what? H2. H2. You can change this to H3, H4. The same thing here. Don't forget, whatever you open, you have to close it. H3. Then we have H4. So let's check the display of this. Let me open it with live server. Don't forget yesterday I said you can simply go to extension, try to type live server, make sure you are connected to the internet, live server, and then you install it as an extension to your PS Code. You have this. Let me right click and say what? Help me to open this file with what? With live server. So you can simply go open with live server, have this. So can you see the difference now? Here it is. We have this. Let me make it a bit smaller. Let's do something like this. Let's place our display here exactly. So you can see the changes immediately. So this is what we have. So if you see that you are not getting more space here, you can simply collapse this and have something like this. So the basic tag here is what? HTML here, open, telling system like, okay, this file is the doc type is what? The doc type is HTML. HTML, the language you are speaking to this page is English. That is why you're having EN here. You are telling the system like, okay, this page should display the content in English language. If we are using different language, you can specify it here. So all these, they are just like metadata that tells system of what kind of fashion of what you are using, viewport, width and height, all these things. They are just in metadata. I can also have, I will tell you more about metadata later, which is simply what search engine use to rank some website or to dictate website, whatever they are doing, because you have to write metadata on whatever you are. Maybe you are creating an e-commerce website now. Make sure you put it on the metadata so that it will be easier for search engine to dictate your website. So now we have all this. And we have body close. Don't forget all these things. You will notice that whatever you put within this body is what we are seeing on our web browser. And the title that we have here is what you are seeing at the top here. So let's go, let's move forward. The next thing here, we've seen a simple header tag, which is H1 to 4. You can have H5, H6 still go. So now let's say we have another tag called paragraph. We have another tag called paragraph. So we can simply type P, just like the way we do some things in our MS Word. We want to bold, we want to do this and that. So just put something within your web page. So you just to practice, go and check all those tags. We cannot do tags, everything here. So what we are going to take a look at all those basic ones. So I can say, okay, this is my what? Can you see? This is my first paragraph in HTML. So another thing you need to understand, okay, how can you import? How can you import probably image, or you want to make something italic? So for instance, now this paragraph now I can make it bold by putting b tag within my listing. So just take this to the side. Can you see? When you save it, it automatically bold this paragraph for me. If I want to make it italic, I can simply do I here. Simply do this and do this. So can you see? So, but in some cases, probably you want to write something like 100-degree. Just imagine that you want to write 100-degree within the paragraph. You have the temperature. Temperature is what? 100-degree. How do you add degree? So you can simply put O like this and put it within a subscript, so superscript of what? Of this. Just put the O in between. So you have the 100-degree. Can you see? So because I set my VS Code to autosave, so the moment I'm typing, it's autosave my document for me. So can you see? If it is base, you can use SUB. So just to replace that SUB. So that's how it was. So there are some things that you just need to catch up with in case you might need them during maybe you're trying to do the web page. Or let me say, how can you link, you can bring images to your website. So just like having something like image tag. We have image tag, but this one, yeah, it has attributes and values. You know, I want to bring image to this website now, our web page now. I can simply do okay, image tag. Image tag, you don't need to close it separately. You can just leave it like this. Image tag, and you have where is the image coming from. You need a source of that image. You know, we created a folder yesterday, we call it images. So you need to put all your images that you want to use within your website in a specific folder so that you can simply refer to that folder and call out those images and place it on your website. So let's call it, the attribute for that is what? SRC. SRC means source of your image, and then where is it coming from? I can say, okay, my image is coming from image folder. Can you see? And then I'll go and try to drag some images to this. Okay, can you see? It's not giving me anything now. Can you see? It's showing just like image icon. But I can say, if the image is not displaying, give me alternative image, alternative name. I can say, okay, ABC logo. ABC logo. Probably sometimes network is bad. Your website is not loading quickly. So instead of everything to scatter, anywhere that is image, it will replace it with alternative text. So that is why we have alt text. Can you see? We have alt, which is what ABC logo. Then yeah, that's good. Then let's try to get image in that folder and give it a name. So let's assume that I have my folder. Let me try to place some images there. Where is it? Picture. Do I have any picture? Okay. Let me bring this picture, Mm, okay, I have this logo and I can probably copy it and place it on my folder, YouTube, dev, images. You can place it here. Yeah, can you see under my folder now? If you check under these images, you have iqacademy.jpg. Don't forget the extension. You have to include it in whatever you are calling. So unless you get to some framework that auto declares extension of your image, so you can simply do this and call out the image. Can you see? Can you see? I have this big logo within my page now. This page. So yeah, how do I can simply manipulate this image, change the width, change the height to whatever I want, and simply say the width of my image should be maybe 100 pixel and the height should be 100 pixel. Can you see? So this is how you can lay out your this thing. So simple tile, you just bring it in. But this is not a layout, we are just giving us our like just simple way to call some function what you need. Yeah. But while trying to use semantic HTML5, let's create a new page. Let's create a new page. Let's try to create a new page and call it abc.html. So don't forget, we have HTML. Most first, I can simply do this, put it on my ABC title, and say, what else? Under this, let me give you the layout, like, okay, having header, my website, and say ABC. The next thing is what? Map. You need the navigation on your website, which will take you to probably home, about. We have contact us. So then jump to the next level and say you have a section. This section can be, let me place the image here and say image img source. And then let me call it from my image form folder. I have something like this. And say auth to be equals to our logo. And then we have width of probably 500 pixel. You have to know measurement as well while working with with web page. You have to know the size of your web page when they are viewing it on desktop, when they are viewing it on tablet, when they are viewing it on mobile. The view should be responsive. That's what we call responsive web design. Yeah, responsive design in web development. So you need to understand that. But when we get there, we understand how it works. So let's say 300 pizza. Let's put it on 300 pizza and save this. But don't mind you, we are not seeing all what you are doing right now, right? So let's put something here. You can have a footer here, and say, all right, reset at let me say, there's what you call a white space. I can say NB, NBSP. No, that's a space. Copy, copy. And then we have this, yeah. So then we have, I put here 2024, I put full stop. So save this. Now, there's nothing to see. We are not seeing anything here. You can see that we have our header, we have navigation, we have a section, and then we have footer. So I will just do something here. Let's go to our first page and say we want to link this page to another page. You can say go to ABC. Okay, or sometimes you just see click here to visit ABC new websites. So, but mind you, why am I having this picture and this image beside each other? So instead, I can simply break this page into with a line break and say BR to break this page for me. So yeah, or I can simply put my click here into a paragraph. At least paragraph has default what you call padding and margin. By default, this paragraph has what we call padding and margin. This will be grabbing all what I'm saying. You will need them later. So yeah, so you can say click here, but I can say this click here. This is what I want to link. Can you see? So I can split my text. It doesn't matter. I can split it so that I can easily have something good to view. I can simply link this here with what we call anchor tag. Anchor tag like this, and I will put my here in between of this so that when they click on that here, it will do what? It will take them to another page. Click here to go where? To go to our new website. So href, meaning hypertext reference to hyperreference to another page, href. So that's another attribute. Now we need to assign a value to it. Where is it going? It's going to where? abc.html. So that's where it is going. So can you see now? I can see that it has changed this to a link. It has changed it to a link. I can say, I can simply copy this to, I did it for something. So when you click here, it takes you to the new website there. I can simply link this home back to the former page. So that's how navigation works in web page. But you'll be surprising how dynamic it is sometimes, because when you're on a particular page, sometimes you see that it shows that this page is active, this page is not active. So you see how those things work later. So I have another web page here now. I can see I have ABC, I have this and that. So how can we make it more better? How can we structure it in a better way? So this is where you can only do a layout with your what? With your HTML, while you can use CSS to beautify it. Can use CSS to beautify it. I can simply use some function in HTML to manipulate and have what I want here too. Because if I want to use pure HTML, I can achieve a layout. But it's not advisable. Like, it's not necessary for you to learn it. But let's just give it a trial and see something. Let's come to ABC here and say we have the section here. So this let me use what we call inline CSS. I want to introduce CSS to this particular web page now. I don't need to stress myself. I'll just do what style. I simply do style.
How do you know?
So I can simply have a style and say, okay, in this my style, I want the width. Or let's do something here. On this body, let's give it the inline style with small CSS and say, okay, width should be what? 100%. 100%. We keep watching the changes. Please just keep watching the changes. And then I can simply do what? Sadiq Lawal, please mute yourself. So we can have this, and then we have background. We can have BG, we call it BG color, or you can call it background color. Okay, that's background color. Let's give it something cool. Let's give it this color. And then, do you notice anything? It changes. Something is changing our website. So let's give it a gray. You can simply type your color or select your color, whatever you like here, and simply, choose a color, and you are good. So yeah, what else? I love it this way. You can simply, let me give it I don't know, ladies in the house. I don't know. You can choose color. So let's have it this way. So now you can come to the header to give it an inline CSS and call it maybe my header height should be a bit of maybe 100 pixel, 100 pixel, or 100 pixel is normal, or let me say 80 pixel, 80 pixel, and then I can say first align to the center. I can say font, can say font size. Oh, okay, this font family, I can put this. I can say I don't like this font. I like this font. I can say let me have something. Yeah, I love this. So I can say font size. Font size to be I can say extra large. Are we good? Yeah, I think it's fine. So, and then you can say give it a border button. So border button to be solid. One pixel. Solid one pixel, and let's give it a black color, which is this. So are we good? Can you see? I'm trying to lay out my website now with simple inline CSS. So the same thing, I can come to my nav. What do I need here? Navigation can be simply, let me say nav and style. So don't be scared. This thing is it's not something. So you can see that I'm just thinking of, okay, what do I need to do on this website? How do I want it to look? I want it to look in this way. I want it to do this way. Okay, just think around it. Okay, then think of the attribute of CSS that you can use to perform that miracle that you want to perform. So let's check again. What else do we need here? let's say, okay, navigation, let's hide the, let me say 50 or 40 pixel, it's fine. And then we can do test align to the center. We can do font size to be S large, and then let's just use large. Then you can also give it a padding, and give it a padding top, or let me just say, yeah, padding top to be like 10 pixel. So just to create space between this and this. So, and then you can create, yeah, you can just give it a border button too. Do something like this, border button, solid. Solid means a thick line, a thick line. You want to make it a dash, you can do something like this. You want to make it a dot, you can do dot, dotted line. And you see, I say you can see one pixel and give it any color of your choice. Okay, I want it to be like this, and then you have something cool. So you can simply see that I'm just thinking of what I need, and then I'm implementing it immediately. Okay, this is what I want. So this one now, I don't need to do a break or anything. I can simply do, okay, my style here should be like, or under my section, I can simply say, okay, just give me a padding first. I need a padding around my web or around my hero section. Now I need a padding. What padding means, give it a small space in between. I will explain that stuff before I even make use of it. I can say 10%, 10% all around. So can you see? It simply push that image a little bit. If you check the side, this thing aside, check the side of this image, this side, that's giving it a space. Now, imagine that I give this thing a border. Let me go to my whiteboard. Let's create something new. Let's create a new board. Let me create a new board. Start with blank. When you have a structure like this, when you have a structure, this is your computer screen. Just imagine this is your computer screen. If I'm creating something here now, I create a box. Let me put up the text. If I'm creating a layout like this, and I'm creating another, okay, let me do a simple line. So I have something like this. The distance between the main screen, this distance is what we call margin. This is margin. But imagine, and this is another margin here. This is margin. This is margin. This all this is their margin. But if I'm creating another thing here, like, okay, if for instance now someone tried to type within this box and the test now started from here, let me say the test started, say welcome. Now the space between this place place, probably you have what we call padding. That's what we call padding. So I can decide the space I want between these tests, or instead of using margin again or creating another body inside and say, okay, I will need a margin. No, you only need margin outside, padding inside. So you can read more about it. So that's just a simple way to explain it. So, and I can say this my image, instead of this image to give it a size of 500 or anything, I say this image, just try to cover at least 90% of my web page. Can you see? And then I can say margin should be auto. Margin, I can say that to be auto. Can you see? This is not giving me autocomplete again because I've made mistake. I not put semicolon here. So I started misbehaving. So, and I've I've not put a style function here. Style. And then I have something like for margin. And then we have auto. Then you can close this. Where is it? Margin, auto, semicolon. Yeah. So is it working? The height. Oh, sorry, someone's trying to tell me. So we have height. Now, instead of me putting everything like this outside, since I'm using the style now, I'm using CSS now, I don't need to put all these things again. Let me just write everything together within my style tag. My God, I have style. So I can margin is here. I have width to be 90%. Then I have height to be maybe 400 pixel. Yeah. So then this margin to be, let me see, margin left auto, and then margin right will be auto. I'm expecting this thing to be at the center. This image, this my image, I'm expecting it to be at the center of my screen. Let's see it in the big screen. Sure. It's not at the center. Why? Why are we having it here? So let's say we have this thing back. Let's take it back. So width yep. 100 is right. So what does that mean? Let's refresh. Margin auto, margin left auto, margin right. Okay. What's wrong with you? What are you doing on and off? So yeah, let's just go to the footer and try to style our footer as well. Let's try to style this footer a little bit. And just say start. Let's align to the center. Let's push it down a little bit. Let's say this our section will be like let's give it height of maybe That should be auto for our arrow section because it will keep increasing the more you put stuff there. And then you can simply do a little bit of, let's put paragraph P, NBSP, just to create a white space. We call it white space, NBSP. So that's just to create a space here. Then have it this way. Yep. Oh, it's too much. Are we good? Let me if you want. Okay, that's fine. So this my footer, I can say background color should be black. And my text color, which is font color, font should be, let me say 200. 200 white is FFF, and then just say font color. Let me use font color instead. Font color, and this. Yep. Are we good? Why is it giving me this? Say on no property font color. Why? Font family, font weight, font area, font sizes. So okay, I think it's a null font. I can simply use a null font. Let me make it 800. Something like this. Yeah. So make it font size. Please, if you are not getting it, just let me know. Please. Let's just do large and have it this way. Say, okay. Yes. Yeah. So was that I can give this height. This my footer. Give it a height of what, probably, let me just say 100 pixels. So that you have something like this. But our test is not showing. What's happening? Our test is not showing. Okay. Let's do something like this. Let's wrap this test within a paragraph.
Please don't interrupt.
So I will stop after. Okay. I will
Hello.
stop after. Hi.
Sorry, my name is Oji. Sorry to interrupt. I say it's like it's getting, to me, this is not just my opinion. Like it's a little bit much. Like
Yes, I think
like
it's a lot.
little bit much. Like we comprehending all of it. Beginner like me, comprehending all of it at the same time. It's like it's a little bit much. I think it's getting big, large, I would say, or much.
Yeah.
That's
so
opinion,
I'm stopping after styling this footer, but I will still re-explain each line of code. That's what I'm doing next now. We spent 1 hour. I'm watching my time. We spent exactly 1 hour that we started. We started 5:10. So, and I'm targeting the time that immediately it is 1 hour. I will stop and then re-explain everything so that you guys can go by yourself. You see the video on the YouTube. If you are having any issue, watch it again. Do it by yourself, at least before tomorrow. Create at least one page by yourself. Create a web page by yourself, and then if you have any issue, drop it. After creating your web page, drop it on the group. Just screenshot and drop it on the group. Let's criticize whatever you are doing and see how you can get better tomorrow. So yeah, so yeah, that's fine. Let me check. So yes. Oh my gosh. Oh, guys, here we are. Okay, I'm trying to color this footer. Because we cannot see the text now. So that's the reason I'm trying to just change the color. Okay, and change color to white, which is FFF. Then and give it margin. I can still tell you that this is Odin way, like old style of writing HTML. But if you get it right like this, you can see that you can write anything at any time by yourself without even stressing yourself. You know what to call exactly when you need it. So let's do this as our 30 pizza. What is this, man? Set up in file again. Let me call it. Okay. Yeah, this is what I want. So let's take a look at it together. Let me close this. This is not much now, guys. So let's take a look at our code together. This is what we'll be able to create. Can you see? We have the header, we have the navigation, we have the arrow section, which is your, and whatever you want to put within, and then you have the footer. So this is just a simple web page. You can lay out your own anyhow you want it. So this is it. We have the basic elements, which is what your HTML structure, which is having doc type, HTML language, header tag, metadata, the title of your web page, and you have, don't forget, this is very important. At this point, you close the header tag, like the head tag within your HTML, before you start with the body. This body is whatever that will display within your web page. Again, that's it. So this is what we display. Anything else within this body is what is going to display within your web page. Yeah, fine. So the next thing here is what we have header tag. This is our header. Let's structure it very well. This is our header tag. After header, we have navigation. And then the next thing is section. We have it this way. And the last part is footer. So this is what we have. So anytime, but CSS is a little bit tricky sometimes. So you need to know what you need. And we call this one inline CSS. CSS means cascade style sheets. You need to sometimes you need to put everything in separate folder. You know, instead of having all this within your HTML, you need to put it in a separate folder, a separate file that you can simply create a new file and call it what? New file and call it style.css. CSS is extension for what? Our style sheet. So you put it here and you put everything that you do within this ABC, everything that we put in this inline, we only reference it with what naming. Maybe this body now you can call it, you can give it a class or you can give it an ID. So, but when tomorrow we talk about CSS, not today. Today, we only talk about simple HTML, semantic HTML tag, and how you can simply use a style to just make it better, to make it look better. So now I'll give you an assignment, create a web page yourself, let it be more better than what we did together, and then try to understand measurement of your web page. Try to understand measurement very well, very, very important. Try to understand measurements. So anytime you are placing something beside each other, you know that, okay, I need to shift this thing with 1 pixel, this one with 2 pixel, so this one with 2 MB or anything. So you need to understand it. So all this section, like can you see now, we have width, just the width of the box. We have background color telling us, okay, give this thing a so color. We have font size, just the way you style your MS Word. So font size, border, you want to tell it whether it's solid or this 1 pixel can be 2 pixel, can be 100 pixel. It will only talk about the thickness of that line, for that border. It's only talking about the thickness. Why this one is giving it color. And you see, this one is telling, okay, make it a solid line. You want to make it a dotted line, you can put it there. You want to make it a dash, like if you just dash it all. And then we have this navigation tool. So when you check the output of what we did, simply see that this one is a dotted line, while this one is a solid line. So you can see your image can be anyhow. I'll put it, design it as you like. Full screen website, you know what you want. So then we have all this. So small, you are trying to structure your website. You're trying to structure something. So mind you, I think I've created one video before. I will drop the link together with this. I have, let's check it together. I will reference the video I'm uploading now, this class. I will reference to one of my HTML video, HTML CSS video. You can also watch that down to maybe when you have time, but make sure you create at least one web page before tomorrow. Let me see, HTML. Okay, I think this, it's been a long time. But I'll copy the link and drop it on the group. So we'll just try to watch it through so that we'll all be on the same page. So I'll drop the link on the group. We'll just watch it. So if you have any questions, let's take a look at it together. If you have any questions, just let me know. Do you have any question?
From my end,
Unmute your
no.
mic.
I don't have any question. But I want to ask, when is the next class? Is it next weekend?
Tomorrow, even like this. We are having 5 days
Yeah.
5 days. 5 days
So
class.
need to practice this on time before tomorrow then.
How do you think you need to practice it? So how do you think the information is getting much? Let's just do it 5 days. We have 5 days bootcamp. So after the 5 days, I'll give you projects. You have to go and do that project and come back. Let's see what you got, and then we know what next after that stage.
Okay.
Okay. Very good. So just I can also share this
Hello.
with you guys, this file, and drop it on
Okay,
the
sir.
link. Just take a look at it and then know what to do. You can also read more on W3 School. You'll see more about CSS. Yeah, I'm with you.
Hello, sir. I have a question. The visual editor must we be connected to the
Okay.
internet before we can use it, or so that we'll be seeing the live of what we are doing? Must we be connected to the internet?
No, no, the code editor is just that I dropped the link yesterday on the group. Just download it direct on your system. You can either use it offline or on. No, you don't even need to connect to the internet. If you know what you want to do, you know that you don't need internet. You want to write your HTML offhand, or you don't need internet. So just keep typing. It will automatically save your document, and you can view it with your browser. But this what is it called? Extension, live server. This live server too, the moment you install it on your VS Code, you don't need internet. It will create a local server for you. So if you check the address that we have here, you don't need to connect to internet. Can you see the address is what? Localhost. So anywhere you see 127.0.0.1, we call it localhost. It's always like home for any system is the localhost. So it will only assign a port to it if you are using a port before. For instance, now if I try to run one of my file now, let me try to run the window. Yeah, so let me try to run this file. And there. So it's loading. So if this port has been assigned to a particular project, the next time I need another port, I'm trying to run another this thing, it will assign another port for that particular project. So can you see now? I run one of my project now, and it's automatically assigning local host 300. So this is just local host. It's not. You don't need to be online unless you have some features on your website that need what's it called, internet, that require internet to function. Probably now we use an image link. We try to get image from one website. You just copy the link and paste it here to display. So it needs internet to display that particular image. So that's just it. Hope I'll be able to answer your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Then the editor and the live server, how did you do it to have the two?
Yeah. Yeah. No. The moment you install this, when you have this installed, the VS Code, you install it on your system first. Make sure you just click on this extension. You see this box. It will show extension. Click on it. Search for live server here. As far as you are connected to the internet, search for live server. just for you to install it. So when you search for live server, it will show the extension online, and it will only ask you to do what? Install. So can you see now I can uninstall it if I don't need it again. So, but if you are yet to install it, can you see it will only show you like, okay, install this live server so that you can simply run your HTML document at any time without, and the help of this live server is like the moment you are doing your stuff, it auto reload your browser for you. You don't need to go there again and keep reloading by yourself. So that's it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Leah, any question? Mr. Kendi, any question to goes to Abdul Nafi, any question? Abdul Najab, any question? So please make sure you get all these things done. Let me see your webpage tomorrow and help us to screenshot it and paste it on the group. So without any question,